Martin, wildlife and minus to our sea lion presentation. My name is Kirsty. I'm on the microphone down in the corner, and on stage we are joined by Helen. Now Helen is joined by our eldest and our male California sea lion. We have Morgan, and Morgan is 13 years old. Now in the back pool today we have Crusoe, and Crusoe is 5 years old. And in the penguin at the moment we have Aaron, and Aaron is the largest, and he is 10 years old. Now today guys, we do need your help. We need lots and lots of noise. I'm sure you've heard the sea lion today making lots of noise, but we also like to hear lots of cheering as well for extra encouragement for us and also for the sea lions as well. So we're trying to get Morgan up on stage. He's being a little bit lazy at the moment. That's actually because they are in their breeding season. Now their breeding season currently starts between about the end of April, beginning of May, and usually finishes at the end of August time. We are coming to the end of their breeding season, and usually in the wild that we found are nice California beaches. Now during the rest of the time they can be found as far south as Mexico and as far north as Canada. But usually, like I said, during this time they can be found on nice California beaches, spending about 8 hours a day, not doing much really apart from sunbathing. Now, Morgan seems to be being a little bit cheeky today. Very, very sleepy sea lion at the moment it seems to be. And like I said, we do use positive reinforcement here at Coombe Martin. We don't force the sea lions to do anything they don't want to do. If they do something that we want them to do, give them a piece of fish. And if they don't do anything we don't want them to do, we don't give them any fish at all. Nice and simple. Now if Morgan doesn't want to come out of our pool today, we can't force him to come out of our pool. We're going to do a couple of things to see if he wants to get out of that pool. So we're going to start off with playing a few games with his rings. Nice game to play out in the water, but that was a good game to play with them. Now one of the reasons we like to train our boys here is for mental stimulation. These guys are highly intelligent animals, and we really don't want bored sea lions here at Coombe Martin. So let's introduce lots of toys and games into their environment. Rings being one of them. Now out in the wild, these guys are very playful and out in the wild, items such as seaweed, redwood, and they're even doing items further ashore for further investigation of them as well. So let's see if Helen can encourage Morgan to get those rings around this pool. At the moment he is completely ignoring them whatsoever. So we can, like I say, we can't force him to get those rings out of the water, but we can try to encourage him with using that whistle that Helen has got round her neck and in her mouth at the moment. Now, when Morgan does something right, well basically he blows that whistle and he knows that he's something right, and basically you pair that whistle with food. Just like how you would train a dog at home basically. So Morgan knows if he gets those rings around his neck, and he'll blow that whistle and Morgan will get some food. But obviously this only works if the sea lions are hungry and up for training, which doesn't look like Morgan is at the moment. Let's see if he can do anything. So I think he doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. So what I might say to Helen to do next is pick up her bucket, and everything, and see if we can encourage him to get something that way. So let's see if Morgan can encourage him. We'll see, so we actually have got fish. We're going to encourage him to do some stuff that way as well. Now, like I said, they also are actually in their breeding season at the moment, and they're also going through their annual molt. Now this annual molt basically is when they all over their body. Now these are actually covered in a nice thick layer of fur all over their body to keep them nice and warm. Instead of those flippers that aren't any fur whatsoever. So basically once a year they get rid of all that fur on the back of their body and get brand new fur. So basically during this period of time they get very, very irritable. It is very itchy for them. So as well as dealing with breeding season, we're going to deal with, we're also going to deal with their molting as well. So then we're going to ask Helen to get off stage for a minute and see if we can get, or just move to one stage, or just move down there for a moment, and we'll see if we can get Morgan to carry, to basically encourage him to back up on the stage. He doesn't actually like he wants to do anything. About our sea lions here, like I said, they are from California, so at this period of time they will be found on California beaches for about 8 hours a day. They'll be sunbathing and looking after those girlfriends. Now during this period of time they will have between 12 to 15 girlfriends to look after, which is a lot of girlfriends to look after if you think about it. the world will be looking after all of them as well. Now actually in the males as well, we also have a hierarchy. So you always have your dominant male and your subordinate males as well. So you know 3 groups of males that we have here. Morgan is the one in charge, Era is the next one up, and Crusoe is just below that as well. Now Crusoe has only just reached the breeding season. Oh, well done Morgan. Let's see if we can get anything out of you. Have a cheeky sea lions get Morgan? That's right, a smack on the button for Morgan. So let's see if we can get anything out of him. Shall we see? What should we get? Shall we see if we can... Yeah, let's see if we can get him to use his flippers to show you how much strength he can hold in his flippers. Now Morgan needs to have fully growing can up to 350 kilograms. And even when he's fully growing, it's still be able to lift himself up on those huge 5 flippers. Fantastic. So well done Morgan. A nice big round of applause. Fantastic. Well done Morgan. Let's see if we can get those rings from his paw. Let's see if he can find them. Well done Morgan. Let's see if he can get them. Is he going to find? Has he found them? Nearly. Yay! He's got one! Just another
Yay!
Fantastic stuff. 2 there.
Woo!
Yes, well, a big round of applause for Morgan. Fantastic stuff. Well done Morgan. Well, he brings us up to his stage. Well done.
Yeah, you're a champion.
Well, okay, so these rings are fun games there. Yeah, nice big round of applause. Finally, Morgan. Now let's talk to you guys about health checks, Morgan's heard about health checks. He's not much sure about that because I think he knows. Oh dear Morgan's playing with his fish. Obviously not very hungry at all. And kids, just because Morgan's playing with fish doesn't mean you can go home and start spitting out your spaghetti on the table when you're home. Just because you see Morgan do it. It's not big and it's not funny, is it Morgan? No, it's not. So let's see if we can get Morgan back up on stage. Let's see if we can get him to do. Should we show him what a seal can look like, Morgan? Let's see if we can show him what a seal looks like. So Morgan gets very upset throughout the day as we hear people calling Morgan a seal throughout the day. That's a sad fact indeed, because Morgan is not a seal. He is in fact a sea lion. And Morgan, how do seals walk across the land? Should we show them? They shuffle themselves along the land like a big fat slug. Oh, well done Morgan. A nice big round of applause. We're going to show you guys a few differences between seals and sea lions. One of them is on the side of their heads. You might be able to see they have a sticky out external ears. Now seals don't have these sticky out external ears. Only sea lions do. So that's how they, basically seals just have holes on either side of their head, indicating where their internal ears are as well. Now sea lions have those huge front flippers, as you might be able to see when Morgan's swimming around the pool. And that's what he seems to be doing today. The seal's front flippers are a lot smaller, only about the size of a human hand. If you compare your hand to Morgan's flipper, you can see a massive size difference. And that's because seals use their back flippers as propulsion, using those tiny front flippers as rudders to steer. Now as you can see when Morgan swims through the water, he's actually using those huge front flippers, and that's, like I said, that is where he holds the majority of his strength around the water as well. So let's see, like I said, we can get him back onto stage that way. Very impressive stuff from Morgan. Oh, well done. Do you see if we can get a nice big loud bark from Morgan as well, as he is in his breeding season. Morgan, do you have a nice loud bark? Do you say a nice hello to everyone? Let's see if we can say a nice big hello to everyone from Morgan as well. Oh, Morgan. Oh, fantastic. A nice big round of applause. Fantastic stuff. Let's see if we can give Morgan a bit of a health check through here. As this is the main reason we like to train our boys here at Coombe Mountain. And through this health check, we can get nice and close up to them. You see nice and close up in those beautiful sea lion eyes. You can see nice and close up in that big, scary sea lion mouth. And even have a look underneath those huge front flippers and those back flippers as well. And this position we like to call a layout. And if you give these guys a nice big check over, see them nice and close up all over. See nice and close up. We can give them x-rays, injections, blood tests and even blood samples as well. We can even ask these guys to turn over to see that hard to reach underside of their belly. We can even give them an ultrasound if we expect any internal blockages. So this makes it a lot safer for us, and even better, a lot safer for them. I really think that's pretty clever, don't you, Morgan? So another big round of applause. to see if we can bring Morgan back up onto the stand and see if we can do anything else with Morgan. Alright, so I think he's quite chilled out, but let's see if we can get him to do his litter, I think, maybe. So it's a sad fact indeed that us humans are the biggest threat to anything in our seas and oceans. And this is due to overfishing and pollution. Now pollution can include littering. Littering includes the plastic items that Helen is holding in her hands right there. Now let's end up in our seas and oceans. Obviously us, it's a plastic bottle, but to say like a sea lion, it's something fun to play with or even something to eat. We really don't have any California sea lions around our coast. We do have plenty of other seals, porpoises, dolphins, and other marine life to make sure that we need to look after. So when we drop our litter carelessly in the pool, like Helen's just done there, we always make sure that we pick up our rubbish. We'll always make sure we pick up our rubbish. We're going to, what do we do with our rubbish? Make sure we pick it up and we make sure that we put it back in the water, Harry. Now where are we going to, Morgan? Put it in the bin. Oh, fantastic stuff, Morgan. And that's
See that he put his litter in the bin.
Now we're going to come to the end of our sea lion presentation here today. If you have any questions, please feel free to talk to me or Helen after the show. Please just a sea lion photo. Please speak to our photographers, Missy and Dan. Where are you? Down the corner down here. Now I've done through the class down here. It is £6 for one or £10 for two. And it does make a lovely souvenir for your day. Now sadly that's it from me, Helen and Morgan. Hope you have a nice day here at Coombe Wildlife and Dinosaur Park.